My name is Heather Siple. I am the third generation photographer. My father and grandfather were both photographers. When I got my first camera, it was a little thing with a slide viewer on one side and just a viewfinder on the other, so I could look at the pictures of the animals inside, or I could look on the other side, and I never looked at the sides of the animals. I always looked through the viewfinder and just pretended to capture everything in front of me. Lately, I've been doing more where I'm trying to instill a sense of fantasy, especially when I go out and find some ruins. It reminds me of things that I've read as a story, fairy tales and things like that. What I call them are my orbs. I've taken a peephole for a door and mounted it into a lens cap. What I got was this circular, distorted, it looks almost three-dimensional. So I started doing landscapes with it, and I'm like, ooh. And after that, I was just hooked. When I go out and do a landscape, I try to pick out one little detail here or there that really you'd otherwise walk over, like a flower on the ground or a piece of a leaf sitting on a rock or something like that, and really focus on it. Or I'll try to infuse some kind of fantasy theme to it. Just exploring, and you get the sense of innocence and the sense of fantasy and wonder. I've got one where we were out at another park. We found this old plastic rocking horse, and I parked my daughter down in the windowsill with a rocking horse and took a picture of her. And I looked at the negative later on, and there's this monstrous face in the plaster. It's like a goblin or something trying to get her. It's just really wild. It's got this fairy tale kind of feel to it. When you do black and white, it takes away that sense of instant reality, and it emphasizes the moods, the shadows, the shapes. I like going out and finding new places. I like going out and exploring old places and seeing how they've changed because the lighting has changed. I like watching the image come up in the developer. Slowly, this image just fades into view. It's still magical. I've been doing this for so many decades. I've been doing this since I was in elementary school, and it still doesn't get old. And I like watching people and seeing how they get absorbed in what they're looking at. It's just, the whole thing is just, it's magical. Well, nobody's ever accused me of doing anything the normal way. I like being able to use the medium as something other than face value. I really like being able to take my photographs and suggest stories to people that they can really think about and fill in the blanks, and kind of take my artwork as a place to take off in their own imaginations. I like people looking at things and going, wow, I never thought of it that way. I never saw it that way before.